Hey guys, it's Voyboy. If you don't know me, I've been playing League of Legends as a pro player since Season 1, a streamer for the last 5 years. League of Legends has basically been my life for the last decade. It's been what I think about all the time, play all day, make content with, play in pro matches. I've been live, breathe, and thinking, eating League of Legends since I was in high school, and now 10 years later, it's everything I love. And I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has really been weighing on my chest for a while now, actually a few years. It's something that has been progressively getting worse and worse and worse every year, every season. I see more people talking about it, more players affected by it, and Riot, unfortunately, hasn't done anything substantial to address the problems. And I'm talking about the state of League of Legends and solo queue and ranked play, and the general vibes that the community and the players and the streamers all have, and even pro players, regarding the state of our league or our game that we all know and love so much. Essentially, if you guys have been playing League or paying attention, there's a lot of problems, right? The game's not perfect, but regardless of balance or metas or stuff like that, the state of the community and the player base has gotten progressively worse over time. And I know this for a fact. I obviously don't work at Riot. I don't have the statistics, the numbers to back it up, but I think you can ask almost anyone and you will get a resounding agreement that the player base has become more toxic, a lot more griefers, a lot more people just straight up running it down, inting games, going AFK because someone annoyed them or whatever, even regardless of a reason. And this has just been getting worse and worse and worse every year. And I think there's a lot of reasons, a lot of factors that have contributed to this over time. But speaking from my personal experience as someone who's been basically streaming League full time at the challenger level and playing this game, thinking about it all day, all the time, I have basically had the worst experience of my life in the last 10 years of playing League in the last 5 months of Season 10. In 2018, I actually went down to Riot HQ and I was talking to them about how the player base was getting progressively more, irritated, toxic, a lot more griefers, a lot more people just running it down, inting games. And I was worried that if this continued, if the status quo was maintained and Riot didn't do anything serious to address these issues, that it was just going to get worse. 2019, Season 9, it actually did get worse. I used to say last year that this is the worst state that League has been in a long time. And Season 10, the last 5 months of trying to play this game all day and stream it all the time, I have had absolutely the most miserable, worst experience of my life. And I'm not the only one. I've talked to a lot of streamers, a lot of pros. Almost everyone is agreeing with me. From my personal experiences, I basically have had months and months of just trying to stream and just getting grief, target inted, people stream sniping me, ghosting my games, jumping on my team, waiting, trying to make sure they manipulate the lobbies to get on my team so they can run it down, playing AP Graves, AP Zed, making fun of me the tech. And the thing is, I know a lot of people don't care about my experiences, right? But the reason that I'm talking about it is because it's a representation of how the general player base perceives and treats ranked solo queue in League of Legends, right? If I'm streaming with 10k viewers and this guy intentionally gets on my team and he soft insta the game, or he griefs from champion select, or he's obviously trolling, everyone sees this, everyone that's watching the stream, everyone in the game, everyone's affected by this. In a small scale of things, it's, oh, okay, it's a free loss, everyone has troll games, everyone has AFK or stuff like that. But the thing is, it's been happening so consistently, from my experiences and a lot of other streamers, the last 5 months, where people are doing this in our games and there's no punishment, there's no point of even reporting people because Riot won't ban them. No one is scared of getting in trouble, no one is scared of getting banned, no one is scared of being barred from solo queue, because Riot has really made it clear through their actions, through their lack of vocalization on these points, on these matters, on the growing problems that the player base has been experiencing, that I've been experiencing, that so many other people have been experiencing, that they don't really care. If they did care, they would have done something by now. They would have addressed these problems as they've been mounting, as they've been snowballing, as they've been building up over the last few years, and until to the point now where I truly believe it's hit a critical mass where the player base is upset, frustrated, There are people who just, don't care, run into games, grief it down, troll people, get revenge, and unless you type a bad word, unless you actually type something where an automated filter catches you saying a bigoted word or being offensive, you're not going to get in trouble. 99.9% of people that have griefed my games this season, I've played with them again, I've seen them again, they never get banned, I see them on their accounts playing games. It's so trolled that people have no fear of just completely ruining the player experience for ranked solo queue, even at a challenger level, right? And they don't have to fear the consequences. And, like I said, I know a lot of people don't care about my experiences, about streamers' experiences, but the thing is, if people can do this in front of an audience and see that there's nothing being done, if every person complains about it, if Tyler, if me, if all the streamers, all the pro players are saying that solo queue is in such a bad state and people are just running rampant and terrorizing and holding games hostage all the time, then how does the average player feel? How does the average player feel in their games when they know that someone can do that and not get in trouble? And the people who are, pretty malicious and are ruining the games and the experiences for other players are never, facing any consequences, right? It's a really big problem, and I think enough is enough. I had stayed silent. I had not really said anything really publicly besides venting on stream and complaining and talking to other people, other streamers, other pros in private for the last few years. But at the same time, I just feel like if no one says anything, if I don't say anything, if I don't try to use my platform to at least vocalize these concerns, how much longer? Do we have to deal with whole season 10 of this behavior of Riot staying silent, of people saying, well, you can't fix the community, it's just, some bad seeds, there's nothing that can be done? That's escaping the issue. That's shifting the blame. That's not how we should approach things. I think almost everyone can agree that there is a problem with the league, there is a problem with solo queue, there is a problem with the state of the player base and ranked and people's attitudes and mentality to the game. There's no respect for other players, there's no respect for the game, there's no fear of getting banned. These things need to change. Back in my day, people had respect for league. People never trolled games at this rate. People got in trouble when they did it, and people actually cared and loved the game and showed it in the way they played and the way they behaved when they were playing League of Legends, the game that I love so much, that is literally my life, that my passion, my blood, and so many other people I know out there that are watching this or agree. If you guys feel the same way, please say something, step up, share this video with your friends or Riot or anyone that can listen, and let's just please try to get something to be done. Whether it's, Riot reworking their punishment system, putting out new guidelines, implementing different methods of detecting people or monitoring, high elo solo queue or even lower levels, and creating a system. There has to be a solution, right? Ban people from ranked if they're inting games, if they're soft griefing. If you don't want to ban their accounts, if you don't want to lose that clientele, just take them out of solo queue for a month, X amount of time, so at least they can't ruin further games. There has to be something that can be done. There has to be some sort of saving grace for the players, for the streamers, for the people like myself that just want to see League thrive and want it to be successful. And another additional point, if our solo queue is just getting so much worse and no one feels happy playing it, no one feels confident in the quality of our games, how is our region, how is NA, how are other regions, how are people going to get better at the game when no one shows respect for the game and is trying to play at the highest level? And it really sucks to go into a day of League of Legends, wait 30 minutes for a game, get 5 dodges because people are dodging griefed lobbies or trying to avoid a troll or something like that, and then go into a game and someone AFKs or runs it down or is following me around playing AP Graves. I just want something to be done. I want to see something different. I want some change, and this was my idea of trying to start something. So hopefully, if some of you guys feel where I'm coming from and want to see League in a better state and want to take back solo queue and have Riot actually do something proactive and change the system and take steps to make our game that we all know and love so much better for everyone, then please say something, do something. Riot, we're all asking you, we're all waiting. We just want to play League of Legends. We just want to have fun with the game again. We don't want to get grief. We don't want to get trolled. We don't want to have to be scared of, people taking games hostage and completely ruining experience for everyone else in the game, everyone else watching the streams and playing, at all levels of play, all this stuff. So that's all we're asking, man. Riot, please help us. Thanks.